Hi guys, I'm Lisa with Made to Create with Lisa, and tonight is the final episode of the little friendly competition that we have going with Julie and friends. This is the third week, and I have been doing these little competitions where you watch my creation, and then you vote for me, right? And then we see who wins. And I've been doing it with Julie Salva, Melissa Faust, and Amy Story, and we have been having such a fun time. So we've all had the greatest creations every week. I sure hope that you are clicking the link and checking out everyone's videos after you watch this one. You got to see them all. They're all fantastic. So tonight's creation is going to be using a new stamp set. And so that was the challenge. And so I'm excited to show you that we're going to do a little home decor piece tonight. So let's get to work. Okay, so tonight I am using the Sweet Blooms stamp set, and you'll see that I'm actually not stamping very much. I'm really only using the Let Joy out of the entire set. Mostly what we're using tonight is the designer series paper that goes with this set. So what I am using tonight is just this cheap little white frame that I got at IKEA. It's a 4x6 size, and I don't even know if they currently sell them. I've had it for a couple years, but you could just get a cheap frame anywhere, okay? And what I already did is I took some of the designer series paper and I cut it into the size of the frame, into the 4x6 size, and it is this print here. Okay, and then the rest of the project, I'm using all of these different flowers. And what I did is I just went ahead and hand cut tons of the different pieces here. Now, did it take a little bit of time? Yes, it did, but it's going to be so cute, and I love making home decor. And I love using the DSP because it's beautiful. It's already finished, and it's just beautiful. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to build our image up in this portion of the frame, and I'm just going to kind of start just kind of laying it out. And honestly, you know, you could do this any way you want, but this is kind of what helps me to sort of eyeball and see how I want everything to lay. Now look at this. I even cut some that are on the side because I knew that I could like tuck it, and it's a way that you can use your paper without wasting some of the edges. So I think I'll lay these over here. And I was kind of thinking that I would put one here, and if I put, let's see, some greenery underneath it, I thought it would brighten that up. See, I think that's looking beautiful. And then we can layer up some more leaves. Bring in that green. Now I did look at the package, and the green that is mostly featured in this this paper is Shy Shamrock, and it looks really pretty. I think it's really bright. And let's see, maybe I'll tuck this one in here. Let's see how that looks. So honestly, I think that I will probably glue this together after I get off so that you don't have to watch me do all that. But I like to lay it out and see what I think. And I think I want another bright one over here. So you can see how it's just a lot of building. That's why I like to like just cut out a ton of pieces and then just play with it. The last one I cut out was this with a stem actually. And I think that I will put this on dimensionals and kind of tuck it underneath there. So see how that built all together? I do have one leftover piece here that I could tuck if I want to, but I don't really think I need it. Okay, so the next thing I did is I use the Sweet Blooms dies that goes with this, and I'm using these here. And I pre-die cut the background and then the layering piece just for the word bloom. All right, so I thought about doing this in advance too, but I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So we are going to just put some adhesive on here. Of course, one fabulous thing you could do is use adhesive sheets, which I never remember to do. And so I'm always using my green glue. Green glue is my friend. It's so funny. I have a lot of friends that do not like using the green glue because it's so messy. I just really don't have very many problems with it. I really like it. It's very inexpensive. And when you put it on, you have time to move it. See how well that works when you hold it with your tweezers? Those tweezers are a part of our embossing tool kit, and I love them. Okay, so that's that. All right, so what I am going to do is I am going to put this on dimensionals, and I am going to put it down here. And I love how it kind of comes over the front of the frame there. I want that. All right, and then the last thing, well, not the last thing, but another thing I'm gonna do, so you can see that this is where I cut out that big piece. The other thing I'm gonna do is this is where we're gonna do our stamping. So I'm using Berry Burst, and this is where I'm going to do our Let Joy. And then I am just going to cut this out sort of bubbling around the letters, and let's see if we like it. Honestly, sometimes when I'm doing home decor, I kind of just have to play with it. You know, you have to just put stuff together and see if you like it, and then I like to do more layering. So I kind of move it around and kind of bubble around the letters like that. Let's see how this looks. See, I think that this helps bring out the dark right there. And I think that that is going to be beautiful. I love how this is turning out. Okay, and then the last thing that I always do when I do home decor is well, not always, but I love to do a bow. So what I usually end up doing is finding some different pieces that I can use to layer. And I thought that gold really gave a nice background for this one. And so I'm going to start out with doing sort of a flat gold base just by tying a knot there. Okay. All right. So what this is going to do is this will just be a base that we can glue up there. And what I do is I use my hot glue, and that's what I like to do because it really holds it in place. Okay, I have a mess here. Hold on. I already pulled it all out. Oh my goodness, where's the end? Okay, here we go. So what I'm gonna do here, let's see if it looks good, but I'm going to attempt to do, I was a little nervous to do this on camera, but I just have fun. So no judging if this is right or if this is wrong. This is just kind of what I do. I sort of go back and forth to sort of just make a multiple layer bow. I do have people ask me all the time how I make my bows, so maybe this will show you. I like to make them big and full on home decor pieces like this. And you can kind of go back and forth, and then it'll turn out something like that. Okay, so I'm going to cut my tail. Move that out of the way. And what I'm going to use to tie this is some of our gold thread. I hope this is a good idea. We'll see if it's a good idea. I'm going to hold it as best I can. And what I'm doing here is, it doesn't matter because you're not going to see this. Okay, we're going to keep layering on top of this. So I'm just trying to use something thin that won't, see, I was afraid of this. It's kind of getting hairy. It's getting unraveled. So I'm just trying to get this to work. I was just trying to pick something thin. I guess I could have used linen thread. No, let's see, that'll work okay. So see how I just kind of tied that. So we're not even going to see this. Okay. I can tie or cut that right there. And you can kind of play with your ends until it's like you want. And then this will hot glue on top of that. And then you can fluff out your bow and it just starts looking beautiful the more you fluff everything up. Okay. Then I thought that this would be beautiful. This is this like faux velvet. Can you see that? It's so pretty. Now, the problem with using a ribbon like this is that you want that one side up because the other side is just totally flat. So I kind of play with it and manipulate it and twist it so that the velvet is always up. So when you twist it around, just keep twisting it so that you see the velvet. This is very nerve-wracking to do this on camera. All right. So again, then we're going to do the same thing. Tie it here with, let's see, I need to do it the other way. Put it on top and turn it over and then tie a knot. Kind of really thinking I should have used linen thread. I use linen thread a lot for stuff like this. It's really smooth and easy to work with. And it holds things in place really well. Okay. You're going to be really tired of me tying bows. Okay, I think that was a bow instead of a knot. I don't know what I did, but I'm afraid to undo it. Did I tie a knot? No, I don't think so. I think I have to tie it again, folks. There we go. All right. So, trim the edges on that. And like I said, we're going to use hot glue to layer this all up. So we'll have our gold base. We'll have this on top. And then this will be layered on top. And I will fluff that around so that it looks beautiful. And I will show you the finished project when it's all finished. Okay, and then let's see. Is that all I brought in here? I feel like that's all that I brought in here. So obviously I need to do some repair work here. So let me go grab something and I will be right back. Okay, I went and grabbed our little tiny skinny ribbon. This is just 1/4 inch like woven ribbon. Look how pretty that is. And I thought that this would be the perfect little tiny ribbon to add onto our bows here. I'm just going to make it really small and add it as the finishing touch. So I did go ahead and take a pause and hot glue down I'm gonna see if this looks good with some tails. I hot glued down the bow so far because it was hard to imagine if it wasn't sticking. See how that's gonna be perfect for the final little touch there. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And I know that it's quite a stack of bows, but honestly, when it's home decor, it just looks super cute when it's layered up like that. And see how the gold just kind of adds a little bit of a sparkle to it? So now I'm going to pull in these. These are brand new Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. They're going to be in the new catalog. And I love how see how there's some gold in here? Flecks inside of that, and so I thought that that would be a perfect touch, kind of tying in the gold. And I was actually trying to decide if I think I want to use the pink, and I always think that adding just a tiny bit of glitz just really adds to a piece, in my opinion. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I love it. So I'm going to add several. Like that. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is just bring in the Wink of Stella. And I thought that we would just add some accents to some of the flowers here. And I know that Wink of Stella is hard to see on camera, but it's so beautiful in person. Everybody should have Wink of Stella and should use it at all times. So let me see if you can see the glitz that adds. I don't really think you can, but it really looks pretty in person. So what do you think? That is the finished project for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed this. I love making home decor. It's really fun to just buy a cheap little frame and then just cut up designer series paper and make a really pretty framed piece. It is not hard, and it's really fun to add your stamping and paper crafting to your home. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Go ahead and click the like button. And also go to the description and watch the other videos of the other ladies. I'm sure that their projects are fabulous as well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support, and I hope you have a great night.